Hello and welcome. Ah yes, Isaan. The less trodden path of Thailand offers bumpy roads but a rich culture. Settle in and allow me to whisk you back to the 19th century, a time of rice, revolution and a peculiar way of life. Now, you may wonder why Isaan deserves its story. Well, let me tell you, this is not just a backwater region of Thailand filled with farmers and mud huts. Oh no, this place is rich in history, culture and vibrancy, and best described as charmingly chaotic. So let me set the stage. Picture this: the land of Isaan, where the sun mercifully beats down at noon, denying even the slightest whimsy of a cool breeze. Here the rice paddies stretch as far as the eye can see, and the sound of clattering pots and sizzling stir fries wafts through the air like an invisible hand drawing you closer to dinner. Do you smell that? Ah yes, simply divine. However, stick around, there is more to Isaan than just food. The 19th century is a fascinating period in this region. The absolute monarchy of King Rama IV, better known as King Mongkut, was actively working to modernise Thailand to become less, well, shackled to tradition. Meanwhile, Isaan was pulling tighter at the seams with its local dynamics. You see, even though some people were running around like headless chickens trying to foreignise, Isaan folks were too busy with their own lives to pay much attention. Very much akin to a game of who isn't paying attention during a presentation. Oh, classic. While cities like Bangkok learn to appear all prim and proper, think tall, dusty buildings, trying their best to impress their neighbours, Isaan was out here pretending to be part of the drama. However, you would often find people in Isaan chuckling at the notion of conforming to some grand narrative. They were living life with traditional festivals, lavish family dinners and communal farming, the height of happiness, if you will, all intermingled with a hint of cheekiness. Now, let us address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the temple on the hill. In Isaan, during the 19th century, religion played a significant role, with Buddhist monasteries being full. Monks were everywhere, their yellow robes flapping like unusual banners of tranquility. These monks were not just spiritual advisors, they were educators, keepers of tradition, and at times masters of the art of sarcasm, all while scrubbing the temple floors. Imagine their conversations, even if grumpy old monks had a talent for keeping their humour subtle. The temples. Ah, the temples. They were built with limestone and ornate pillars that intrinsically showcase stories of mythological grandeur. However, moreover, do not forget the incredible murals. If you ever find an Isaan temple and spot a mural depicting the reincarnation of the Buddha, you just know those artists were not merely expressing their devotion, they were striving to outdo one another, much like neighbours competing for the best Christmas lights, only with a touch more poise. Furthermore, what would a 19th century Isaan town be without mentioning agriculture? Picture this: one lone farmer, whom we should call Mr. Chai, likely because this is one of the most common names there, is ploughing his field. His water buffalo, whom we affectionately call Boo Boo, is not having it today. Not the rice again, Chai, Boo Boo is probably thinking while enduring back-breaking labour. However, perseverance is essential, my friends. In fact, during this era, rice was king, quite literally, and Chai's survival depended on producing the best sticky rice in the region. Occasionally, his hard-working neighbours would join him using the age-old communal method, resulting in daily social gatherings. They would eat, drink and engage in local folklore where ghosts and mythical beings were common topics of the dinner table discussions. However, that is just it. Isaan was a treasure trove of colourful characters and vibrant stories. The locals spun tales about spirits that supposedly haunted the rice fields and caused mischief for those who did not show respect for the land. Imagine the farmer anxiously looking over his shoulder while Bobo munches away, appearing utterly unfazed by the prospect of a ghostly visitor. Sure, Chai, keep telling yourself there is no ghost just to focus on harvesting that sticky rice. Speaking of spirits, let us dive into the world of traditional beliefs and ceremonies that flourished alongside rice farming. The people of Isaan also faced natural disasters including floods, droughts and the occasional troublesome outbreak of agricultural pests. Imagine all your hard work threatened by flying pests who act if they have just arrived for an interminable buffet. Therefore, to safeguard their harvests, farmers would turn to rituals, channeling their inner animus by offering food and flowers to the spirits. They would establish altars and perform ceremonies, attempting to butter up the spirits to ward off misfortune. It is similar to promising your friends that you will share your biscuits in exchange for them not eating your lunch. The notion of community in Isaan cannot be emphasized enough. It is in these gatherings around rites, whether for rice harvesting or village festivals, that the heart of this culture truly beats. In the 19th century, festivals that seemed to be whipped up from a creative blender of enthusiasm and festivity, such as Bun Bang Phai, the rocket festival, shone brightly. Villagers, some dressed in their finest traditional attire, would gather to launch homemade rockets into the sky to encourage the rain. Let us face it, nothing says, "Please, Mother Nature, we are desperate," quite like trying to send a rocket into the gods' inbox. However, I cannot say that I would want to be one handling a rocket with questionable engineering. Traditionally, these festivals were never solely about the rockets and rice. They incorporated music, dance and drama. Imagine awkwardly staged performances where locals reenact epic tales, often leading to humorous interpretations and, if I may add, slightly more than a few wardrobe malfunctions. An average bystander might comment, "Is that supposed to be a dragon or just a bloke in a badly stitched costume?" Meanwhile, men mostly earned the bacon while women became the backbone of family subsistence. They were skilled not only in the kitchen but also in leading the community. Ever heard of the term matriarch? In Isaan, it is practically their middle name. Women wove towels as skillfully as they wove silk. Silk. Let us not forget that thriving silk industry that emerged later in this century, particularly in regions close to Konkan. Isaan has become famous for its exquisite handcrafted silk, which I greatly envy. You can imagine the men back then tiring of the drama and grumbling, "Let the ladies handle the weavings while we lounge in the sun." Nevertheless, the 19th century was not just sunshine, silk and sticky rice. There were also whispers of social political shifts with a blend of modernity and tradition, as seen in the reign of King Rama V. His efforts to modernise and unify the nation eventually reached Isaan. But let us avoid politics. It is nearly as messy as my grandchildren's room and seems to go on indefinitely. By the end of the century, the railroads advanced, bringing with them both trade and the notorious thumb of modernisation. Merchants and traders began to swoop in like seagulls over a picnic, introducing goods and ideas that would gradually transform the lifestyles of Isaan's inhabitants. Did I not tell you that this was all about adapting and rolling with the punches? Nevertheless, we will begin wrapping up this grand tale of Isaan in the 19th century. We have journeyed through rice fields, shared feasts, enjoyed high-spirited celebrations, meeting gaggles of graceful monks, curious farmers, and the ever-living spirits of the land. Now, you may be wondering what you should take away from all this. Well, here is the final reward for enduring my ramblings. The cultural tapestry of Isaan, woven by the hands of time, is not simply about history. It embraces community, survival, and finding humour in adversity. Like that grumpy old Englishman trying to enjoy a holiday amidst a crisis. You simply find ways to adapt and laugh it off. Finally, here comes the punchline, my friends. The next time you find yourself lamenting trivial inconveniences like the Wi-Fi being a bit slow or that remote control not working, just remember the folks of Isaan who have historically managed floods, pestilence and a few cranky spirits without losing their sense of humour. That would probably have a few wisecracks up their sleeves about it too. Oi, if the Wi-Fi is slow, at least we're not chasing ghosts out of the rice paddies. So, before I send you off in search of some delightful sticky rice, let us discuss drawing inspiration from Isaan. Let us foster that same spirited resilience and sense of community today. Consider making a dish, sharing it with a neighbour and enjoying a good laugh about life's little absurdities. After all, laughter is like a warm bowl of know-it-all soup. It nourishes the soul and unites us. In closing, let us raise a methodical glass of sweet tea. Of course, to the 19th century Isaan innovators, farmers and festival goers who spun towels, harvested rice and embraced life fully. Let us strive to embody a bit of that Isaan spirit as we navigate our modern day challenges. Therefore, here is your call to action. Go out there, embrace the quirks of life, inquire about the traditions around you and explore new recipes. Perhaps you might consider launching a small homemade rocket from your backyard, safely of course. Who knows, you might inspire your neighbours to join in on the fun. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the rich history of 19th century Isaan. I hope I have coaxed a few smiles and perhaps spark your curiosity. Now go forth, be spirited, be clever, and most importantly, do not forget the sticky rice. And give this video a like. Bye bye.